Hello, Internet. I am your dice overlord, Catherine, and this is Down with Dragons, a discussion. Today, we are going to be discussing episode 35, Feet of Fire, part 2. And with me today is our friendly neighborhood DM, Scott.
Hello.
Little boy blue himself, Viet, Chris. And Ms. Corpse Flower, Killian.
Maven, if you're nasty.
Oh, I like it. So in this episode, first of all, I'm going to say spoilers. If you haven't watched this episode, go back and watch that first. We're not holding back. I'm talking about spoilers. So don't watch this if you haven't watched it. We almost die. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I think we need to revoke the friendly neighborhood. Who nopes the healer? Who locks down the healer?
A good deal.
That's not friendly. It's not a friendly. I mean, perfectly understandable. I'm glad that we finally got, after 2 seasons, we got this out. We know what kind of DM you are.
I would like to defend myself.
Friendly.
Your Honor, may I have
Speak.
I would like to say I am a slave to the story and the NPCs in said situations, and they did not act without provocation of seeing the people who have unfairly killed their own people and are masquerading with the head glorified trophy of one of their troops, watched as they are trying to even the tables. Someone suddenly healed their enemy, and that's the only evidence they had, is that person can do a thing that we're not for. And only after, Your Honor, that happened did they react in a way to defend themselves and also bring justice to the just horrible travesty that is the head of their own being displayed.
Didn't the bug guy attack us first?
Yes.
Okay.
After
saving you, and he didn't attack you first.
I'm going to say you're going to have to prove within the shadow of a doubt, that they knew I was healing. This is my character. How did they know she was healing them? And 2, why are they targeting the person who isn't wearing their head?
Because that one turned into a sand creature or a sand shark and was unavailable.
That's true.
And I mean, people get wounded and suddenly they're not as wounded. And did they hurt you? No, they locked you down. They didn't hurt you. The earth exploding hurt you.
Yeah. And what caused that, I wonder? It's really
that is a weird freak of nature event that might have happened. All right, but back on subject there.
Now that the DM's not on trial anymore.
Thank you.
Honestly, it was a super, super fun episode for me anyway. Really, really fun fight. Maven turning into that sandworm is just inspirational.
It was a lot of fun.
We talked about it at the end of session 2 weeks ago, and I wrote it down in big letters and I put it next to my desk, and all week I was like, sand shark time. I was so excited. You guys have no idea.
So
I forgot, and so I wish I had had the actual page up to give you, because it was in one of my notebooks. And so I was like, I know what the inspiration was. And then the first time you rolled damage, I'm like, that's right, I knocked that back a little bit.
I did a thing.
Oh, well.
It was
And
so
look
much
where
fun,
it got
though.
us.
Oh, yeah, it was great.
So what was the initial idea for that? Like, you said you kind of tweaked an existing monster. You kind of homebrewed it a little bit. What was the inspiration for that? Like, was it supposed to be a little bit different, or?
Oh, totally Tremors. Yeah.
Yeah, Tremors. I mean,
But we've also, Scott has kind of homebrewed the whole what's the word, wild shaped table to like fit the deadwood and fit the setting, right? So honestly, who knows if Maven has ever seen a sand shark, but she sure as heck read about one in Mirrorvale and absolutely wanted to try that form out. Oh,
We
for
were-
sure.
There
Yeah,
was
you were
one
attacked by
in
them.
the
Yeah.
the first
Oh,
sandstorm.
true.
One
Yes.
came
Yep.
flying out of nowhere.
Yes.
We all made our deck save, and so
Oh,
then
that's
it
when I was
did
gone.
not eat us.
Yes.
But Maven was
Oh,
there,
but
so-
Maven flew
Maven was
down
there.
just in time for it.
Killian wasn't there.
Because
Yeah,
Maven was giving
Maven
us
was there.
Maven was
Mhm.
giving us advantage on certain skills that she's proficient. in,
Yes.
so,
Wow,
Yes.
she's really good when I'm not there.
It's really good when you're there too. What? So how was that like? What was that like to play this giant creature that could just do all like? I could tell you were really enjoying it.
Okay, so my favorite class besides druid is to be like a barbarian and just hit stuff. Like a fighter, be a barbarian, be a big Goliath, and just I love hitting things and fighting things and just being gigantic and crushing things. It's very fun for me. So druids are really squishy and there's not a lot you can do with them fighting wise. You can do a lot of magic, which is super cool. You can conjure animals and shoot acid at stuff, which is
Heal
awesome.
party members.
Yeah, well, I don't really do that.
Yeah, no, we know.
Yeah,
You could though, right?
I could, but then who would summon the cool squirrels? I don't know. I
Very
really do
true.
need to heal more though. Actually, I don't play that part of my character at all. Like at all.
It's something that
Everyone's gonna be shocked. They're gonna be like, "You could
could
have done this the whole
yeah.
time."
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a real discussion point the day she does, and it's like, did you just learn this? It's like, no, always. I've always known.
I've been healing myself this whole time.
oh. Why do you think I'm
That's-
always fine?
Exactly.
Rules
That's
of the
ac-
Deadwood.
That's
Rules of the
accurate to my
Deadwood.
character. though.
That's so Maven though. That's so kind of like her target is she's kind of spiteful, right?
Mhm.
So she went after this creature that harmed her pretty much the whole fight.
Yeah.
She locked on this one guy that hit her once and she was gonna end him. And like she's very it's almost like a dog with a bone. Like she's not gonna give it up.
Yeah.
And it's
She-
so on brand for her.
Also, like that blood was spicy. I don't know. She wanted a little more. Kind of like sucking on a battery. It's like a little ooh.
I can't say that I identify with that.
Oh, well.
I was thinking hot tamale,
Oh.
Ooh, good burn,
Put a hot sauce on something.
I was thinking danger. I had a very uneventful childhood, so that was how I lived on the edge.
Chris, I actually am really interested to hear where was Viette's head during that fight? Because he's fighting these creatures that are somewhat reminiscent to the creatures that tortured him for years. He's already, been mind controlled by one of these things and he knows it. But he seemed pretty with it. And I know part of that is because we kind of went in and explored his head a little bit, kind of shook it up in there, rearranged some things.
Team building.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Team
it
building
was
exercise.
and that's what I was trying to burn my inspiration at the beginning for a higher initiative roll, because I had something that he was gonna do that played into that. But then then we were in the fight and it was just like from his perspective, like the fight was just happening. So he just had to react and just go. So in that respect, after the math might be a little messy. But nobody got in his head. So that was right. That would have really done bad things to him. But that was what he was kind of worried about going into the fight. But then it just all happened so fast that he didn't have time to think about it. It's basically where Viet was at. So
Yeah.
he was.
What did you have planned? I have to know.
Yeah.
I have to know.
Trying to think. It seems like we're out of this. So he was going to hand off the unfriendly DM Scott.
What?
He was actually going to hand off the unicorn rope to Callan and tell him that if they got him again to stop him.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, not a bad
Was-
plan.
but that's right. If he had time to really worry about it or to act on his worries, that's what he did.
Yeah.
Which I
I
thought
mean,
would
that
have been.
was
but-
kind of my inspiration for casting Bless at the beginning of the fight. The first
Yep.
thing I did, because
Give
June,
everybody a little bit of an edge. Yeah.
right, June knew that had happened before. Those two turned against us,
Mhm.
and it was clearly something that creature did. I think that helped a little.
Yeah.
I think it
Mhm.
helped a little.
Yep.
what-
And
so-
Viet's anything like that, Viet's really vulnerable. So charisma,
Right.
wisdom, intelligence, like his perception's really good, but that's a more of an effect of his imprisonment and paranoia
Mhm.
and hyper awareness
Yeah.
than actually a high wisdom. So yeah, this is going to be an issue in the future at some point, probably as well. No matter.
Yeah. It was I had a thought and I can't remember what it was now. I had this train of thought. It had to do with somebody save me here. I don't know what it
It was one thing right after he got out of position a little bit, right?
Mhm.
It wasn't planned, and then Callan was right again. I think we're still not quite fighting as a team.
No.
We're doing better, but there's still like Callan was dropping in advantages on things, and so I was changing stuff on the fly, and I lost track of what I was going to do because I've got stuff that gives me advantage and extra movement, and so then I didn't actually throw that out, and so then I couldn't move back into position. It was just right.
Yeah. No, I
We'll,
did.
we'll
I
get it
did feel
figured
like-
out. It's just
Yeah, I did feel like Callan was trying a little bit more to fight as
Mhm.
a member of a team. Like he's sort of been the wild card that's just been like really dogged in his advances before, but it really did feel like he was sort of a supporting member of that fight. And
Mhm.
at one point, it almost seemed like we were gaining the advantage, and then and then it all went to heck.
Uh-huh.
How was that for you, Scott? Was that great? Was it fun?
How'd that feel?
Felt good. I gotta be
Uh-huh.
honest, if I had to really think about it, it felt really good. No, no,
Delicious.
it was one of those things where, and I think it ties into Maven and the way she kind of that whole dog with a bone thing. And you guys have shown a little bit of this like true coming together and fighting as a unit. And so some of this was kind of putting a well-oiled unit against you. Not so much to really for no reason. Like there's a reason they're here and it makes sense. But that's the same kind of thing of like they operated with their druid who was paying attention to the battlefield. They are their champion issuing orders and their soldiers up front hard. And as things were going on, the druid was paying attention. And I was trying to give you little hints of like, there's another player on the battlefield and Maven knew about it. And that was a thing where it's like, this is going to get complicated the more it tips towards them losing.
Mm-hmm.
Because when it was them in charge, overwhelming force is fine. And the druid will do little things here and there. Second, it started to tip. I'm doing the things that Maven would do, which is conjure animals,
Yeah.
lock things down, blow up the earth,
Mm-hmm.
And so it's that same thing of here's a well-oiled military unit with a mission, which is in this situation, destroy. And so that part was like, I enjoyed it because it was kind of like I was expecting one of two scenarios, which was one, kind of what happened, and two, you guys were, no matter what I threw at you, you're just gonna kick the crap out of it because you guys had shown those signs of like, ooh, they're starting to really click.
Mm-hmm.
And it was that, you hit that going back down before you go back up. It happens with a lot of things. And this is just a reminder of like, we're better together. than we are when we fight separate. And so, yeah, that's my.
It's a good excuse.
I'll be perfectly honest. I thought the guy I went after was the druid also, and I was super wrong. So
Okay.
yikes. Yikes to me. Well, because I thought that there was more than one because he like looked different, right? So I was like, oh, maybe he does magic, but I was totally wrong. He was just a big dude.
But
That hit
He
me.
was kind of their leader.
Well, Steve, that's a strategic show of force saying, oh, I'll take out the kingpin.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Sure.
Dead.
Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with taking out the captain. That would have definitely, and he was definitely taking hits, but I also gave you all a hint as well, or specifically you, Maven, of the fact of like, he seems like a beefy boy, his thicker carapace and stuff. So it's like, I also was taking half damage on that, everything you did.
Well, thank goodness you didn't totally
Nerf that
nerf
shark,
my
yes.
damage. Ah!
Yeah, it could have been worse if I gave you the actual stats. Which it was just a 2d8 instead of 3d8 or
Well,
whatever.
it's D10s, but yeah.
Or d10s. Yeah,
You just wanted me to suffer.
I saved that for quiet moments, trauma.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I deeply, I will never forget. Don't you worry. I tell people that story all the time, by the way, of when you made me cry. It comes up a lot when people ask me what I do. On Fridays, I'll be like, oh, I stream. And they'll be like, oh, what's it like? I'm like, well, one time I cried a lot. And then after that, things were great.
Sure. I think.
It was so good, though. I needed it. I was already an emotional wreck that day. Sometimes you just need to let it out. You know? Just work out your trauma through your characters, kids.
That's D&D is therapy.
It really is.
So
I
I have
mean,
a quick.
If you can go to a therapist, go to a therapist.
Well, yes.
but-
Like not D&D is not like actual therapy, guys. Not a substitute.
But it
I've
can
been
be
working on a lot of
therapeutic.
aggression. I
Can
don't
be
know.
therapeutic, yeah. Huh.
I am not giving medical.
I have an actual quick question about everything. With
Yes.
everything that's been going on,
Mhm.
what is everybody here thinking is Callan's frame of mind, both at the moment, and if things go horribly with Murdet, because right now he's down and he's made multiple rolls and also taken damage, which was crit damage.
Mhm.
And he's kind of in a place where he couldn't heal things, so he was kind of just that impudent rage of like looking for a target.
Mhm.
Like if things go badly, like because there's still rolls to be made as we enter in the next episode, we could almost do part 3.
I mean, I've got spell slots. I know how to heal,
Do
apparently.
you?
Apparently, I do. As it's news to me that I can heal.
Are they prepared though?
Yes, it is prepared. But will she use it? That's another question.
I mean, because right now she doesn't really know that's going on.
No, I have no
She's in a
clue.
completely
I'm just in the
different time
stand
zone.
being a
Yeah.
shark.
Yeah.
I'm having the time of my life right now.
Gets panicking.
That was
Yeah.
a really interesting thing for me, though, like watching Callan deal with that, because June was pretty close to that the entire fight, right? The three of them were pretty close, and Viet was around
Tied
there,
together.
too. Yeah, I mean, we're tied together. But watching that sort of like it was like a helpless panicking. He couldn't do anything. His brother was down. He couldn't do anything.
Couldn't
When
see
he
anything.
realized
He
that
couldn't.
the person,
Yeah.
yeah, and the person closest to them who may have been able to do something is all like can't do it. It was really like he almost lost direction. And I don't know if that took Mick as a player by surprise, or if he's just really good at role playing that absolutely completely lost. He can't do
We're-
anything. So what is, yeah.
Probably one round away from him finger gunning just randomly out into the sand.
Oh,
Right?
maybe.
Yeah.
That's he's done that certainly enough, just randomly shooting at targets. That would have been the next step, would have been nothing showing up. I'm just gonna start shooting, just hoping
Yeah.
to hit something.
Yeah.
As his half brother dies behind him.
Ugh. And I don't know what
Which-
that would do to him.
I think it would push him closer to Sorba, honestly. That's the only person he's got left, right? Like in my mind, he's got us,
He's
but
got
like,
sisters.
you know,
And the last thing she told him was keep Murdet safe.
The sister, yeah.
oh,
Avery Los, before she left, said where Murdet was and to like leave him there because he's safe there. We have to make sure he's safe.
oops, what? Whoops.
Fair.
And
It became not safe where he was.
Right.
Fair.
So
I mean, he didn't take him from there, but
No.
yeah, it's like,
right. And the not father basically gave him the same advice.
Mhm.
The not father.
Not bother.
Right.
to
He'll
not
probably
tell
get-
him.
He'd probably get mad at Viet because it is Viet's fault that, well, Quincy's fault that they're out here in the first place. But
No,
Yep.
absolutely not.
I don't know.
I don't know that it was not.
Callan has historically snapped at, well, like Theobald, right?
Yeah.
And maybe
fair.
this is why it's back in my head is just right. The thing
Right,
is that
but
right.
that's-
There's a moment at the end of in Highport where his sister had abandoned him and he got mad at Theobald for leave my sister alone, blah 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 blah. So I don't know.
He's redirecting.
Mhm.
Yep.
He's not
Lashing
mad.
out.
Right. He's mad at
Right.
himself. Like
Right.
he
Exactly.
may.
But-
Yeah. He. we keep, sorry. He may get mad at Viet, but I don't think he'd actually be mad at Viet. He would
Right.
definitely like he would be using that as a scapegoat because
Right. 100%.
it's hard for Callan, I think, and I'm just speaking as an outsider because we don't have Mick here to ask. It's hard for Callan to take that, like to take the responsibility of that, to take like he does take it, but in a way that like he's looking for a reason not to.
Well, I mean, he's the guy who everything rolls off his back. He's like, hey, whatever, everything's cool, a party, let's go. Not as much now, but definitely he's gotten more serious as the season has progressed for sure. But it's always, unflappable. He's the one who's gonna, even if he's not calm, he's gonna keep his calm or try to. And then when that gets lost, it's like that's when you're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
I felt that same panic of just, I don't know what to do during this whole fight to help people. Like
Mhm.
once they cast conjure animals, I was like, okay, I need to get in there and help them because those things can hit hard if you don't know what you're dealing with.
Mhm.
I think it was a little too late though. I kind of lost my direction as well, and then kind of brought it back to, okay, now I have to help. I don't know how to help though. This isn't something I usually do. What does that look like? I have no clue.
That obscuring sandstorm, right, really changed the game. And
Mhm.
Yep.
other than Maeve, right, everybody else was kind of stuck, knotted in, fighting that really close infighting battle. Maven was our only outside, hitting all those players that were on the outside supporting and guiding. That was key. We needed her out there. It was just a matter of luck as far as because she couldn't see much either until who was who either. Not being
just
able to
knew
see somebody doing like
spots.
somatic components and
Mhm.
supposedly spellcasting, like, oh hell, right? It's blind chance. You gotta just pick them off one at a time until you can find them. But
And for
Yeah.
sure, keeping their general locked down with you was very, very good because like I said, he was, he's already resistant and you didn't even see all of his bags of tricks. I mean, the horn was just one of the things he did, which by the way, the horn is the Easter egg that is one of the items that Reed made.
Yay!
cool.
Oh, cool.
Exciting.
That's
if I
so sick.
survive,
It's a good. It's a good tool.
it's a good tool.
Oh, I got to use that spear. Can you send me the stats on that when you get a chance?
As soon
The-
as you learn how to properly use it. You don't know how to use it yet. Right now, it's a spear, which
There's
is
a pointy
basically, yep, that part you can use.
end. Okay.
It
That
works.
works just like a spear.
It worked for June and the sword.
Exactly. Stick them with the pointy end.
Yeah,
That's all I need to know.
that was
Let's
pretty
not glaze
awesome.
over that. What?
Yeah,
How
yep,
was that?
Yep.
The sword, you mean with the sword? Sheer dumb luck that I rolled a 19
I just
on
want
that
it to happen.
first. Oh my gosh. That felt so good.
And you learned an aspect of it.
Right? And then like just part of me did not expect to be able to actually use it yet. Like
Mhm.
I expected to have like like, you know, you were going to be like, well, okay, but disadvantage on these hits because you've had one lesson and it didn't really go that great.
But you know how to swing a mace. You know how to
Right.
swing a stick. It's like you're just not good with it, so you don't get
No.
proficient. You're not trained, so it's just you're swinging for the hills, and luckily
Yeah.
you hit, and that thing did the rest.
Yeah, that was it felt so good. Because I felt like that was the one contribution to the fight that I really had. Was that one really good hit.
And a mass healer, you know, that
was
good.
definitely.
So, and that's part of the reason. So I had wanted to heal myself because I was getting down there because I'm not wearing armor. Wear your armor,
You
kids.
should get armor soon. You should really put that back on.
Well, I have a task on my to-do list if you'll allow it if I survive the fight.
We'll have to talk about it.
Yeah. We'll see. But so I had wanted to heal myself a couple rounds before, but Callan had taken so many hits. I knew he had to have been getting down there. And so June making the decision essentially for me to take care of the others before herself. Just like in the beginning, we had forgotten that Murdet was under the sand. She placed the bless on him before herself. That's sort of her. She's going to take care of the other people before herself.
we need to have a conversation with her about that.
Thank God we have June.
You
Oh,
need to put your own oxygen mask on or you lose concentration
then-
and we're all down.
And I just want to share, I had 19 hit points left and he hit me for 20.
Oh, and I don't keep track of your hit points at all.
No.
Like, there's plenty of times that I'm like, "You're fine, right?" And it's like,
No.
I'm unconscious, actually.
And I'm so mad that none of the damage that actually hit me was necrotic. Because I am resistant to that. And I was like, I can't even say, oh, didn't hurt as much.
Your
but
meat
no.
shields took that one or took those.
Oh man.
yeah. And I was rolling horrible for Murdet. I felt like so bad for those rolls because I was using flurry of blows and I was rolling
Missing.
2s and 3s, and he has a +7 to all of his attacks, and I was like, "Ugh."
Yeah. Yeah.
He's having
Yeah.
a really bad day.
Yeah, got sand in his eyes.
Oh, God.
Oh man, shouldn't have dove under the sand. What was he
Would have it
doing?
mattered?
I need
Why
I need
was
to
what was
know.
he doing?
Yes,
Yeah.
what was his plan?
Originally, the idea behind it was trying to basically stealth and be able to allow them to come in and then him pop out to flank immediately. And he was just hoping, because he doesn't know if they can see in the storm 100% or not. So he was just like, you know what? I'm going to just try to right now, as they're coming in, try to not be one of the main targets so they forget about me. And then I come up behind them and beat the living crap out of them. Except I couldn't roll above a 3.
It was a good plan. It was a good plan.
Really good plan. I thought he was like wild shaping or something that had to do with the sand. But
Right.
he's just a
Yeah.
man just digging himself into the sand. That's all. He literally had sand in his eyes.
Yeah.
He's just chilling. Okay.
I
Love
do
that.
kind of regret that you reminded Maven to take off the rope because I think that would have been
That would have been-
hilarious.
That would have been
She's
awesome. But
dragging
I
us around.
I didn't remind her though. I just said, hey, what happened to the rope? because I thought, well, here we go. It's that scene in Jaws where they tag him and they just get pulled along.
And I don't
There's
know
some
if you
other movie.
saw
I'm
my.
trying to blank on it, but yes, it's kind of that same.
I don't know if you saw my disappointment as well when you brought it up of like, oh no, I know. I was hoping.
You know, it actually might have worked in our favor. You could have just towed us away really fast.
Oh, that would have been cool. You could have gone water skiing on the sand.
Oh man.
Ooh.
Next time.
I mean, I've water skied and forgot to let go of the rope, and that was a pleasant experience. And that was water. So last question I have.
Yeah.
What are our thoughts of these two like really super mysterious people
Oh my
on
God. Oh my
horseback coming in who changed the storm? One with a black wand waving it above their head, the other one with a big black staff. I mean,
Oh my God.
I wonder who that could be.
Chris, I'd like to hear from you first,
Yeah,
actually.
me too. Me too, actually.
Somebody better tell Viet. That's all I gotta say.
Oh my. I think they can probably
He
take
doesn't-
care of themselves.
He doesn't react well to people charging at him.
Show me your eyes. Wait, okay,
What
I have
color
to
are
know.
his eyes?
Green. Are we gonna get double voice action from you, Chris? Or are we leaving Theo up to DM Scott?
I don't know. Scott hasn't told me
Ooh.
anything, so we'll find out.
He's an NPC
Hopefully-
now. I will be
Aw.
doing my best
All right.
Theobald, but it's one of the like, and there's been a couple times, little here and there, where we've had little moments, and even in those, I kind of gave you the gist of here's what to say, but at the same time, it was like,
Yeah.
what do you think his response would be to this? Because it
In the-
was,
He told me like 2 seconds before I had to do the voice.
I know,
So now I better go back and try to figure out the voice.
like one
Just in
time was
case.
your reaction, and the other time was like, here is what the sending is going to be. I need you to read this. It was great. But yeah,
So we know what Viet will think, but Chris, what do you think about it?
Ooh.
I am vastly curious to see what these two have been up to and what the dynamic is with the two of them, right? I kind of had an idea what I thought was going to be the relationship dynamic there, but I don't know what Scott's going with it. So
Ooh.
we'll find out.
I don't
I'm
know if you could tell how excited I was.
This will be interesting with June and the Blackstaff showing up in the
right.
same spot.
Ooh.
She's never seen his face.
He's got some
So-
splaining to do.
Oh, Maven's gonna tackle him.
She's never seen his face. She won't know him by
Oh.
sight. But
But
I
he's got
don't
a-
know if he would remember her.
Big honking black staff that he's hauling around.
I'm just
know.
happy to see him.
That's
and that's the thing. Out of everything, I think Theobald, the Blackstaff, and Maven is going to be the most pleasant part of all of that.
That yeah, I'm tackling them
think-
to the ground.
I think it'll be interesting, the
Mhm.
conversation between him and Callan,
Mhm,
because he had Maven looking into he's back
mhm.
and the circumstances, and then with that, the circumstances in how he's back might bring up some issues, in my opinion, maybe with Juniper,
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
that's never been really put out there
Oh,
plain
shoot.
that he's directly tied to one of the dragons
Right.
with her
Ooh.
experience.
Ooh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
We're on team anti-Sorva. We'll beat up her statues together. That'll be our bonding experience.
And then after all of that, you're gonna have Talsia's just dry, just like
warm, pleasant,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
That.
accommodating.
She's the warmest person ever.
And just but
Mhm.
yet playful. I mean, I feel like Maven and her would get along if they spent enough time, because they both are, I mean, kind of hateful people. I mean,
Yeah.
in a playful
Yeah.
way. I mean, if anything, they might get annoyed that someone beat them to a comment.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just
I'd be mad I didn't think of it first. She'd be mad that I did it better. It's fine.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly.
We can't all be winners. Just kidding.
So that was obviously, well, I don't know if it was obviously, it was my favorite moment of the episode was when you described them coming out, like just the storm, and you started to, when you said there were two people riding horses, I was like, oh no, he's not. Oh no. Like I just, for some reason, my brain went there immediately. And then you started describing the black wand and I was like, oh yes, he did. Oh yes, he did. And then you said the black staff and I just couldn't. I don't know if you can tell how excited I was. I was pretty excited.
That's awesome. And I didn't give any hints specifically of where, but like the only hint I really gave was the fact of the communication to Maven when she was kind of told about Callan and she was asking like, can you help in this? He was saying like, I am a long ways away looking into other things to help us. This is the area he's been for the last 9 months.
Oh God.
And so, and then everything that happened with Sealy, giving a little SOS of maybe your positioning. So that was part of like Chris's first, like, hey, Chris, roll that D20 and tell me, and that was how many rounds until he was within rolling rounds for me to be like, how many rounds till he's here?
Thank goodness I didn't roll higher because.
Oh, yeah. Because it could have been like, it won't matter. They'll be here after this fight's over. But when you roll the 5, it's like, all right, that's halfway through a normal hard fight. So once I hit round 5, I rolled a D4 and I got a 2.
Oh my gosh. Does anybody have any different favorite moment? Like I know I have a second favorite moment.
My favorite was Maven going around chomping people. Absolutely delightful. The one disappointment I had for the evening, other than the sand shark not dragging us along with, is that we didn't really because of the visibility, we stuck kind of in that we didn't have a chance of to see Viet charging anybody and dragging people with him on the rope, right?
Yeah.
It just so happened that we kind of were almost all tangled up in a little knot, but that would have been kind of funny to see. But the absolute favorite part was Maven just shifting through and chomping them here and chomping at that one there, and then surfacing over on these two and chomping them and then back on her. That was just a lot of fun to watch.
And the Foley work with the chips.
Thank you. Who knew not eating lunch was what I needed to do to bring our podcast to the next level? Is it a podcast or a stream?
Awesome.
I don't know. Whatever. We're both.
That was awesome.
Fun game. Killian, did you have any other moments that were like really stand out for you?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. So bear with me. What was the part where the other druid brought up conjure animals? It was my least favorite and my favorite part of the whole combat because it's a cheap move when I do it because it's my last ditch. It's like I'm outnumbered. There's nothing else I can do.
Time to tip the tables.
Yeah, let me just bring out a bunch of squirrels. I don't know. Here you go. And I know how cheap of a move that is. And so for someone else to do it, I was like, I can't even be mad. I'm kind of impressed. But I was like, I didn't think about that before I wild shaped, which it wouldn't really matter. I think they dissipate if I wild shaped. But anyway, they don't.
As long as you maintain concentration.
I should have done that. Dang. Well, I'm learning every day. But it was so, just that feeling I had of like, serious? That's probably how our enemies feel every time I do that. Yeah. I'm like, are you kidding me right now?
Is that how horrible that looks from this side of it? Oh.
Exactly. It gave me some perspective. And it also kind of like, I don't know, Maven thinks she's the shit and no one else can do what she does. She's just a druid. And so having someone else take her gig, she was like, okay, hello? On my birthday in my home, you can't do this. It was really fun for me.
I don't think anyone has quite the flair that Maven does. So
They don't have the smell, at least.
no.
I do like that we end up renaming. We get Scott to rename his animal creations.
Come
I think
on.
that's pretty fun.
Did
That
we
you're
steal
And that's the
Armayoti?
thing. What?
the what?
What did it end up being? Was it Armayoti?
Armadingos.
Armadingo. And that's the thing. There are some times when you hear a name, it's not even like, oh, I don't know. What do you think? It's like, no, that's its name. That's what that's called. That was one of those where I was like, yeah. Yep, that's
Perfect. Well, guys, it's that time to say goodbye to all our family. I'm not going to say that part. Join us again Friday, 7 Central. You guys.
we get another episode.
It's okay. We get another episode. Maybe I'll
2022, here we come.
I believe this will be our last episode before we break for the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
I'm excited.
So, join us for the thrilling conclusion. I hope it's good. The thrilling conclusion of the fight in the desert. I'm
What's
gonna
the
be
episode
there.
name? Two
Part
funerals.
3. I mean,
Two
I
funerals
feel-
and a wedding.
It's not.
I
even
think we
it's
just got to call it
called-
part 3 now.
It's just called part 3, though. It's not Feet of Fire. It's just part 3.
I mean, I kind of like it.
I
Or-
kind of do too.
Feet on fire in conclusion. Or
Yeah.
In memoriam, maybe.
Oh,
Depending on how this
Ooh.
fight goes. We'll see you in 2022 with all new characters. The total party kill is going to be really, really great.
Guys, I will be there. I hope you'll all
Well,
be there.
I mean, temporarily at least, anyway.
Exactly. At least temporarily. I've got some characters on the back burner just in case.
smart. That's always smart.
Yeah. Friday, 7 Central. The Friday the 18th, I believe. It's the 18th.
Yep.
Am I right? Friday the 18th. 7 Central.
17th. 17th.
17th, not the 18th. Don't join us on the 18th.
Central time isn't that drastic.
It's not that drastic. It's the 17th, Friday the 17th at 7 Central. And we will see you there.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello! Welcome to Down with Dragons here on Monsters of Roll on Twitch. I am your DM, Scott. With me, as always,
Killian playing Maven Corpse Flower, a Circle of Spores druid who is really happy to see the black staffs on the horizon here.
And Mick playing Callan Den, a warlock / bard who was really happy to see Maven show some big shark energy last episode. And and still thinks she should be the queen bee of all these bug people that are bugging us.
I agree.
Chris playing Viet, a ranger barbarian who is hovering over the bodies of Murdit and June at this point in a dead panic.
And Catherine playing Juniper Swift, a cleric who currently has nothing to say.
oh, lovely. I hope everyone's had a great week. It's Friday, 7:00 Central, and yep, we get another episode. Before we dive in, Killian, do we have any announcements?
We do. Okay, so it's the last time in the calendar year that I get to make my announcements. So buckle up, everybody. First of all, if you do not have enough Dungeons and Dragons in your life, and let's be honest, who does? You can go ahead and get caught up with our sister show, Dungeon Patrol. They are in their off season as well. So now is the perfect time to get caught up with both episodes of Down with Dragons and Dungeon Patrol. You can find them at www.dungeonpatrol.com. And you can watch us here on Twitch or on YouTube as well. There's a bunch of episodes I need to get caught up from this season before I got here. So join me on YouTube. We'll see you there. We also have merch, and that's linked down below if you want to get your favorite character, this brackish, that's not the word, rakish rogue, or Theobald's
Brackish.
smiling face. He's dirty water. On a t-shirt, on a coaster, a dartboard, I don't know, whatever you're feeling that day. You can go ahead and get that printed at Redbubble, and it is a great gift for any Dungeons and Dragons lover in your life who might also be a fan of the show. So go ahead and check it down below. I got a bunch of stuff for my family and stuff for myself. Still working on the Maven bed sheets. We'll get there. I just need a high-res image of it. And once my bed is all decked out in our DWD gear, y'all be the first ones to see it. Last but not least, if you want to send us inspiration for tonight, we'll use it in the new year. So go ahead and communicate with us on Facebook or Twitter using the hashtag inspiration. Tell us what you liked. Tell us what you didn't like to give Scott an extra leg up in the competition. I want to give a shout out to Reed for the inspiration that you gave me. Thank you, man, for my BSE, my big shark energy. I really appreciate it. We've had so much fun this year. And I know that, especially in such a topsy-turvy world, it's been really nice to be able to meet with you guys every single Friday.
Aww.
Central Time. I'm super excited for our next year. This is not goodbye. It's just see you later. So we'll be back in a couple weeks with some more content for you guys. But in the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, and I don't know, watch more content on YouTube.
Stay here for now because we're about to play.
Yeah, you can.
This is the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Right.
Stay.
Good catch.
Everyone logged off.
Yeah, like, I guess that was it. You know?
Bye.
Good show.
Yeah, great guys. I didn't think we screwed up once. Not once. All right. Thank you very much, Killian. So I suppose we should rehash last time on Down with Dragons.
Oh, also, hi, Dad and Pam. My dad's watching. Sorry. Okay, now you can go.
Last time on Down with Dragons, our adventurers were in a sandstorm in a desert that is filled with much sand, as we have stated many times. In the sandstorm that was hard to see through, the group some tethered together, some not, fought off these large insectoid humanoids that, I mean, may have had a reason, may not have, attacking them. Maven very quickly taking off her tether to the group or face, dove into the sand, turning into a sand shark, and started to definitely cause trouble to the leader of these insectoid humans. Yeah, definitely moving around the battlefield and causing some damage. As the fight went on, it was kind of teetering back and forth as the battle kept kind of going each way, everyone having advantage, and then it started to look grim. During all this, we got to coin the new creatures of the Armadingos that were conjured by some druid, as we found out, was also amongst the insects, casting and causing troubles and tipping the balance back towards them. And during that, Murdet, Callan's half-brother, went down, unconscious. And right after that, an explosion of earth and sand that also took Juniper down, who was also on the ground. Viet has tried to do what he can, but not trained in medicine. He's doesn't know what to do. And Callan kind of in the same boat of not being able to do necessarily what he wants to help people, is just looking for a target to try to at least defend them. Maven is currently still holding it together as a sand shark who's taken much damage.
Yeah, barely holding it together.
Yeah. Clinched. And is currently being held in place, frozen stiff, by this, who we can now see because the sandstorm has separated into like kind of a upward draft of a cyclone, and the whole area is revealed as two riders on flaming horse come riding in, one with a black staff and one with a black wand waving it above her head. That is where we are going to rejoin our adventurers, our heroes, right back into initiative, because there's a lot going on and we got to see what's going to happen here.
I'm terrified.
I'm a little nervous too, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
So,
You want the screen?
we'll hold off for just a moment. I've got it up. Unless things start getting complicated, we'll just keep it in the theater of the mind.
When have we ever made
When have you
complicated for
ever? Yeah, never. I've already rolled initiative to add the Black Staff and Talcia to the initiative. So top of the round, and we're not going to like this.
Oh no.
I'm going to make a roll for what the champion, the leader of the insects, is going to do at this moment, because he sees reinforcements coming in. He was about to stab down at you. So I'm going to roll a d20. Maven, I want you to tell me, high or low. If it's what you pick, he might think twice because there is reinforcements coming. If you pick wrong, he is going to continue the advantage he has.
Oh, good. Yeah. What dice are you using?
My lovely white gold metal dice. The ones that have been so faithful as the DM. Catherine, thank you for those dice. I have rolled
And
high
I'm
or
gonna
low.
say that it was high.
It's low. It was a 3. So, with advantage, he is stabbing down at you twice.
Good. Oh, good.
14 plus for the first attack. It's you, I believe.
It does hit, yeah.
And another 14 plus.
Roll that beautiful damage.
Oh, hey. First is a 1 for damage roll. So that would be only 4 piercing.
You scared me. Okay.
So 4 on the first one.
Oh, on the first one. Okay.
Roll me a concentration check.
Okay. Well,
Just got to be 10 or higher. You're fine.
mm. 16, baby.
There you go. You can roll on more because you just took 8 more damage.
Awesome. So I roll another. Okay.
Concentration check.
That's an 11.
Cap, you are barely holding your form together as you are being stabbed repeatedly by the giant spear.
So I'm out of hit points in my shark form. So I start taking them out of my normal hit points, right?
Correct. And you've been holding on to your form past those temps. So yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's
so you can
12
still hang on to
altogether?
the form. You just have no of the temporary that the form gave you.
Right. So that was 12 altogether?
Yes, I believe
Okay.
so. 8 plus 4.
Yep,
Yes.
that's 12. Okay.
That's math. Kept it below 20. I can still do that.
That's good.
All right. All right. So, that being said, he's not going to move. He's not going to do anything else for the simple fact of, his companion is still there and hasn't done anything. So he is just keeping his advantage. All right. So next up, Juniper. I need you to make a death saving.
3. Oh,
3?
when I add my constitution to it, right?
Your constitution modifier.
Yeah. It's
Or
still
it's
only a 9.
It's only 9. Okay.
Yeah, it's fail.
Yeah.
1 and 1.
Okay, so that's 1 fail.
I have 1
1
fail and 1
success.
success from last time.
Okay. Callan,
Yeah.
you see them riding in. You've just seen, like, now vision is clear all around. There's, that wall of sand around you, but you're in the eye of the storm, and you just saw Maven get stabbed twice by that, and now you can see 10-foot tall, very little bit more angular and jagged looking insectoid creature. Yeah, you can see.
Okay. How far away is that, the 10-foot tall guy?
From you, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 feet away.
Okay. All right. I want to run as far as my movement can take towards it.
So 30 feet.
Yes.
All right. You're just a little short, but you're right there.
Yes. And then action, I want to blast that guy in the face with Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Eldritch Blast. Roll those attacks, sir.
Okay, 2 bolts. First one's a 13.
Just as you do it, you see him just kind of duck just a little bit as it zings by.
Okay, second one's a 25.
Yeah, that hits him square in the chest, sir. Yeah, they'll do it.
Okay, damage on that second bolt that hits is 10.
Okay.
And then I want to ready Misty Step as a reaction if he comes at me.
Yeah, sure. Yep. So yeah. Normally you have to do your action to do it, but that's fair. Bonus action. Yeah. So yeah, so you are holding Misty Step if he comes at you.
Yeah, I mean, if
Perfect.
like right at the, if he's actually attacking me.
Right.
Yes.
No, I get you. I get you. And as that slams into his chest, you see part of that thicker carapace and some of the armor and ornamentation. You see it actually crack and cave in, and you actually see kind of a blackish green goo kind of coming out of his mouth. And like you can see now that especially the wind has opened up that wall of wind or of sand, and you're right up to him. He has taken some damage. He's got chunks bitten out of his legs.
Nice.
One of it, he's supposed to have 4 arms. He has 3. I mean, he's not having a great day, and you can see like he's favoring one leg over the other, and even like leaning on the spear that he's just stabbed Maven with for support as well as attack. And yeah, he's still got that horn kind of draped over one shoulder and that very large, very different looking knife in a sheath at his hip.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, that's a good look for you, guy. Let's see if we can put some more work into it.
Fair. All
All
right.
right.
You gonna bite him too?
No,
Ooh.
probably.
Sorry.
I don't
There's a
think
feat
I
for
can
that.
handle a spicy food like like Maven Shark
That's-
can.
Why is it spicy? All right. Yeah. So it is now the druid creature's turn. And I'm going to make a roll because I'm going to try to use a spell in an unorthodox way. And just like we've done many times on this, sometimes fun is fun. So using their caster check. So, okay. Thank you, Catherine. All right. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Running this way, you see a much thinner, more lithe of like a insectoid with a like almost more blue to the carapace and wearing a cloak comes running up to you, Callan, and reaches out and touches your shoulder.
Okay.
And I need you to make we're going to call it a dexterity saving throw just for what the spell actually does.
All righty. 17.
17 just meets the save. And so as it touches your shoulder and you hear kind of almost in your head this like buzzing sound, all of a sudden you feel the ground start to bubble. Like you see the sand bubbling and starting to like aerate, and your feet start to sink in as if you were melding into the earth. And you start to just pick up your feet and just move just outside of where it is. And you can see just like this reaction of frustration as you kind of shook off this effect of being melded into the earth.
Ooh. Don't like that.
And you may take an opportunity attack if you'd like.
Oh, yeah, of course. I would like to do that.
So swing away.
Swinging with the
Oh, no, wait. No, you can't. You are
No.
holding your action and using your reaction to use
Yeah.
that trigger.
let's keep that. That sounds a lot better.
So it's melding into the earth now?
It's a touch spell meld to stone.
Oh,
And
okay.
literally trying to meld him into the sand to just make him restrained and not a problem.
Got it.
Unorthodox way of using it, but I thought it sounded cool when I
Okay.
Not taking that
I
trip
like
with you, buddy. No, thank you.
You could have dug yourself out. Come on. All right. So that is the insect druid's turn. Maven.
Yeah. Yes.
You
Okay.
can make a wisdom saving throw because you are still being held.
Oh, I forgot about that.
18.
You, at the end of your turn, all of a sudden you just feel your body twitch and you have broken that hold over you.
Okay, but I can't move until the end of my turn. Right?
Basically, yeah, this happens at the end of your turn. You couldn't do anything before that. End of
Okay.
your turn, you broke free. So your next
Sounds good.
turn now that you can,
Okay.
unless, they re-put it on you.
Can I still do my action and stuff, or is that my whole?
That is the end of your turn. That is your save at the end of your turn to try to break the spell.
Okay. So that's my
Yeah.
whole turn.
Is it like
Yeah,
gritted
hold
teeth?
person. Yeah. But you are
Yeah.
roaring like the angriest.
I'm real upset, but I have a good plan for when we come back around to me for next round. So I've got everything prepared for
Good.
the first time ever. So quick point of order.
Yeah.
How far away am I from Juniper?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, about 35 feet.
I can make it. Okay, cool. Just wanted to check.
Yep.
Thank you.
Not a problem. Happy to help. All right. So it is now the Black Staff's turn. Okay, I'm going to roll for what he sees as the biggest problem right now. There are, literally, they just got and are looking to, they just broke through the storm. And so this is a quick observation. He's using his bonus action to see what seems like the best thing. That being said, it's either going to be dealing with the threat that is the creatures, or going to assist people that look like they're down. Chris. High or low for going to people who look like they might be in need?
Low.
Low. Good pick.
Well, you're rolling for Theobald, so
I know, but that's why you picked it. So no, I rolled a 9. So he is going to use all of his movement heading that direction. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
Can it look like you just plucked something out of Maven's eye? And then ate it.
Lovely.
Eyeballs are the berries of the face.
Oh.
You're absolutely right.
Oh.
All right, next one. I need Juniper.
Yeah.
This is for you and Murdet. He sees 2 people down.
Oh, okay.
He is about to try to help because you are unresponsive and he can see blood.
Okay.
So I need you to pick high or low, and this is who he helps, which is basically whatever you pick is what you are. So if you pick high and I roll high, he heals you.
Okay. Hi.
Okay. And my roll. All right. So I have to make some dice rolls because this part.
This anticipation is killing me.
I know, right? Because he's. All right. So everyone else around who's noticing, who's paying attention to the battle ensuing, you'll see the Blackstaff jump off his horse and just in one motion come down with the Blackstaff ruins flaring, slam it into the sand, and you'll see these tendrils of gold and slightly blackish energy swirl around and ram into Juniper. And Juniper, you are going to all of a sudden feel a weird connection. Just as all of a sudden you're hearing these shouts and these screams in the distance getting closer and closer, suddenly you're going to feel tethered and being yanked forward. And as you open your eyes for a moment, you can actually feel the echo of a heartbeat as you see energy going into you, as you see some sort of vitality being pulled from the black staff.
Okay.
It's a cool spell called Life Transference. He takes damage, you get healing. Felt appropriate.
Do I have time to do anything, or is that's
nope,
because
it's not your turn. Okay. This is just what's happening. And so you just suddenly wake up and you are still lying on your back. A little bit of pain, probably a headache. But that is his turn. Now it's Murder's roll.
Will you allow me to use one of my inspiration to give him advantage on a death saving throw?
No.
Okay.
The dice are important on this one, so if you want to use it, I'll use mine to make it honest.
Okay.
It's your call.
You said no, so.
I'm saying if you want to, I'm still going to cancel it. So it's just it's up to you.
Yeah, then why would I?
I mean, if you want to drain my points.
Maybe that's a good idea.
Not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. That is the end of Murder's turn. Yeah.
Wait, you're not going to tell us?
No, of course
you don't know what I rolled. You don't know his condition. None of you do. Other than Viet, who sees the bleeding, and Callan, who's seen him down. No one knows. If I could make it so you don't know what Catherine rolled, I would and let the audience know, but I can't. So,
it's great. Everything's great.
It's great. It's perfect. Viet, it is your turn.
All right, so I'm sitting here over Murdet and June's bodies, yelling at Callan that we need help, and then all of a sudden some sort of black bolt comes and hits June.
And then so she does suddenly go like
Viet will pick up the pole arm that he dropped beside him and turn, and will charge at whatever is attacking us.
So the black staff?
Yeah, if that's whatever this is. Yes.
Yep, I get you. Okay. Yep. All right.
That would be a 22 to hit.
Yeah, he'll use that would hit, but as you are going to hit, all of a sudden you see him just kind of look for a moment, irritated and confused, and then just hold his staff out, and all of a sudden a barrier comes between you. And so you slam off of it.
Yeah.
You can roll again if you'd like.
Blow 2 attacks on that.
Yep.
Get through. And he's going to mutter the... yeah, no, he's not thinking about it. Bonus action rage just to go, just because.
All right. So...
And that's a 4 to hit. Yeah, it's not gonna
okay.
Anyway.
Yep. So again,
Sorry.
You hit it, and he's like, I'm trying to help.
Nice.
All right. Bonus action rage. Yep. Talcia's turn. Okay. She's going to move forward, still on horseback. And she doesn't work like that. So we'll just.
Sorry, I didn't even ask. Am I at 1 hit point?
Yes. Oh, no.
No.
Sorry, you take healing. It was I mean,
I was too preoccupied with not being dead that I didn't even ask. Sorry to interrupt.
You're at 10.
Okay.
Takes up a lot of focus.
Yeah. All right, where is it? Yep, that's instantaneous. So seeing another caster on the field and seeing that there is a potential issue, immediately she is going to, like, reaching up, still swirling above her head with her wand, all of a sudden reach up with a hand, mutter a few words, and you'll see bolts of like electricity start to static electricity through the sand, and then she'll call it down and forward as she shoots out towards the caster, who is making a dexterity saving throw. And so say it. No. That is not going to beat her save and a whole bunch of damage.
Now, are the caster and the druid the same entity?
Yes, basically, just from her perspective, she knows she's cast.
I just wanted to check because that. No spoilers. No spoilers. Never mind.
That'll be 25 lightning damage as this bolt of lightning comes from the electricity in the sand, shoots down her arm, and then rockets and slams into that druid casting insectoid. And yeah, that owie. And you know what? Her
That's hot as
cloak
hell.
is on fire. And
Take it off out the woo!
that is Talsia's turn, which is the end of the round. Top of the round. Yeah. So that's something. It is going to also break and start moving towards and with the druid caster. They have lost this fight and they are, for all intents and purposes, fleeing. As the leader just gets to the kind of wall and is obscured again into the sand.
Is there an opportunity
The
attack?
other one
I'm gonna
is
go get it.
At least tell me there's an
and
opportunity
you're
attack.
you're not
Chomp
frozen
him.
anymore, so you do get an
Chomp
opportunity
him.
attack if you want.
Yes, I do.
Chomp
I do
him.
want that.
Top,
very
top, 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 top.
Yeah.
Jump,
Yeah.
jump.
So that's a +9, right? To hit.
Correct,
Okay.
it is.
Very
I'm not gonna nerf it
excited.
at this point.
I'm using an inspiration on that.
Oh,
His AC is higher than 17. So boom, boom, boom. That's a 17.
17. So as you suddenly break loose, he actually leans into his spear and pushes off as you turn and bite his spear in half as he takes off, running and leaping into the sandstorm.
I'll get him. I'll get him. Don't you worry, folks at home. I'll pick my teeth with his bones.
There.
Mhm.
Juniper, you're awake.
So the last thought that I had before I passed out was saving Murdit. So can I like reach forward and check on him?
Yeah. Using you thinking like bonus action to like check his vitals, stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay, roll me a medicine check.
17.
As you quickly turn and grab at him, there's quite a bit of blood right off the bat. And as you quickly try to calm yourself down so you can at least, feel for breath, feel any kind of pulse, and you're calming yourself down. And as you are like looking at all the blood and everything, you realize the blood's not gushing from the wound anymore. Murdit is dead.
She's just in shock that she can't. That's probably going to be the end of her turn. She's just
Callan.
Yeah, I got nothing. I can't
Callan, your turn.
Okay.
You just saw the champion insectoid leader just stab. His staff got bit in half and took off running, leaped into the sandstorm, and is nowhere you can see at the moment.
You probably do hear no. That's my action.
Yeah, I would imagine Callan's heart is already racing, pursuing this big guy, and then he's running away. He probably in the back of his hearing hears that no, knows what it means, is in denial, and wants to still pursue the big guy. So how far away was it before he went into the wall of sand?
The wall of sand is about 20 feet. It's the edge of the map. So about 50, for just the size it does, it works roughly for that area. So you've got about 15 feet before you hit the wall of the storm. And you've seen him, at least some of these creatures move. You know they are very quick.
Okay. All right. So I want to go my full movement the direction he went.
Okay.
And if I see him along the way, let me know.
So 30 feet into the storm. If you want to use your bonus action to try to get a more better look. Otherwise, around you immediately as you're moving in, you don't see anything. You don't bump into anything. You do, as you're hitting the edge of the storm, you do see the other creature, the druid who was casting things. That'll be like the first 15 feet, and they're right at the edge of the storm.
Okay. Yeah, I will use that bonus action to try to see if I can see him.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
Okay. I'm using inspiration.
Yeah.
Okay. Both of those were 3s. So
yeah. Roll me a constitution saving throw as well.
All right. And then for my action, all right. Constitution save was an 11.
Yep. You'll take 4 piercing just from the sand.
Okay.
As you're looking into the sand more carefully and just dealing with the sand blasting.
Okay, for my action, then I am going to I would like to try to cast plant growth 50 feet ahead of me so that it engulfs and encompasses a radius of 100 feet, like right from where my vision ends, out from me in the direction that the creature apparently ran.
The only problem with that spell, and specifically for this, which was more of a hindrance, I thought, for Killian or for Maven, was the fact of, like, this spell specifically says you are using the vitality of plants within the specific area. There are no plants here.
Nothing. Just nothing.
Yeah. It's sand.
All right.
Sand garden.
So can I try something else then?
Rock garden.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because you would know this about that spell, that you need that.
All right. I'll just take shots in the direction I think he went.
Okay.
With Eldritch Blast.
With disadvantage.
Yep. So first one is 18 to hit.
Okay.
And then second is a 19 to hit.
Okay. Just roll me damage on both of those.
Okay. 5 for the first bolt. 12 for the second bolt.
All right. Frustrated, trying to see as the sand is stinging your eyes, you kind of reach for plant life to kind of hinder his path, and feeling nothing there, you just shoot out Eldritch bolts into the sandstorm. Okay. And it is now the druid's turn, and it is all of a sudden going to, you'll see, turn into one of those armadillos and take off running into the sandstorm. And it is Maven's turn.
Using my shark senses, how far away is the general and the druid from me?
You can feel the general is right at the edge of what you can sense.
Okay.
And oh no, wait. Let me double check. Don't want to. We'll just say I'm not. Yeah, that's fine. It is right at the edge, so he is about 90 feet. You do not sense the other one.
Okay. Okay. And this is kind of meta, but would you consider my sense a form of rudimentary sight?
It's as far as a alien creature that lives in the sand and burrows and can feel vibration, and yes, but
Okay.
not in the way that you'd call sight. I mean,
Okay.
depending on what you're trying to do. If you're
I
trying to
want
cast,
to-
you can't cast as you're in your animal form.
Yeah. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I had to get that out.
That's all right.
Okay. Okay. And my swim is what? 60 feet?
50.
50.
And it's
I'm
your
not gonna be able to-
sand,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I know. And I'm not going to be able to get to him in
not and do something.
exactly.
And you can feel also Callan's movement. He is about 40 feet from you.
How close is the caster? I couldn't sense the caster at all.
No, like you, like for a moment felt that movement, but she was already far enough ahead of you and then took off and double moved. So it was just like as that armadillo just took off.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. Then I'm going to. I know what I want to do, but I know what Maven's going to do. So I'm going to double move. And I'm going to go to the general.
Okay. So you take off moving, and you can feel you like just get. Are you going up to the general or like? Okay, so you get up to the general. You can feel him right above you. You are right there. But it took
I want him to
everything
know
you
I'm
had
there.
just to get up there.
I want him to know I'm there as much as possible.
Ooh,
Okay.
bonus action.
Yeah.
intimidate.
So you start to come up, and
Can I- can I
absolutely.
intimidate
Yeah,
him?
by
Awesome.
all means. Use the
Just graze
creature's
past his-
presence, strength, because I think it, yeah.
Okay.
Cut him off.
Okay.
Cut him off at the pass.
I'm gonna use another inspiration. I think this is my last. No, I have 2 more inspiration, but I'm only gonna use. I can only use 1 at a time.
Thanks, Reed.
Thanks, Reed. Can I lie and say I got a higher number? That's
a really high number.
15. It's a 15. Intimidation.
Here's the thing. I'll be honest. You can definitely hear frantic stepping as you start to emerge and come up, and you're starting to make noise and growl, and it's like it he is injured enough that it's not like he's like, a challenger. It's just like, oh shit, goddamn, you know. Like, it's not an intimidation. He's already running, but he and he knows you're a threat. So, but it's not gonna freeze him either.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
He's not gonna stand his ground.
Double move.
Make one last stand.
Come on.
Oh. All
Wear him
right.
down.
I'm gonna.
We find
Theobald.
Maven 3 days later.
Theobald is going to look to you, Viet, and just hold up like staff in one hand, open hand in the other. Calm down. I'm just trying to help. Let me pass. Let me help your other friend. Free action, you can respond. Are you, I mean, you're raging now.
Right.
But
Right.
body language, are you
He would have like just hesitated and held back on swinging again. And he can't even speak. He just like incoherent words. Just
okay? So it's your call. You do have an opportunity attack as he just tries to sidestep around you.
He's just right. He's fighting his instinct to just wail on him.
Okay.
He's basically kind of like as Theobald would step past him, like he's kind of stepping with him, like keeping him in range of the.
And sure, you can use some of your movement to do that.
Readying, yes.
Okay. It'll take you just 5 feet of movement and your reaction to just move with him, let's say. Is that fair?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, you're there
Trembling.
with him. You only had to, just. He is going to kneel down and use his action, and he's not checking. He's just immediately going to try to heal, and you see this burst of energy from the black staff, and then you see this energy pass into his hand and go down into Murdet, but it just stops there. And you see his head kind of drop just a little bit. He's going to look up at you, Juniper. Can you do any, can you do more?
I don't know.
And you'll hear him start to mutter in kind of Latin. Yep, Latin, I remembered. Latin chanting and start muttering to himself.
I.e. celestial.
Right. Yeah, celestial.
What is he saying?
Oh, you understand it.
That I do.
Oh, that's right. Maiden, give me strength. Give me the energy and the power I need to save this man. Guide me and heal him. It's right now not so much as an actual casting as it is prayer, getting ready maybe to do something drastic. Like you can tell, like, roll me an insight real quick just for fun. Why not?
To me.
Yeah, use your reaction, seeing as you didn't use much of your turn because shock.
22.
He might be doing something he is unsure about and doesn't know if this is a bad thing or not, but he's about to maybe try something to help.
I like how you added the maybe.
Well,
Maybe.
Yeah. So, it is now Viet, your turn. You are standing there.
I am holding my action. If he does anything that looks threatening, I'm gonna chop him.
He looks threatening. I mean, he's just
He looks like he's trying to help. If that changes in any way, shape, or form. If this is
right
a
now.
ruse,
Also,
he's gonna chop
Juniper
him.
doesn't seem upset either with what he's doing. I mean, she looks upset, but she,
Yep.
And confused.
No, you're confused. I thought you were saying that out of character. Like,
Although I
she's
think this
confused.
ends my
yeah, you don't
Rage.
attack, so your rage stops. So
Yep.
maybe you're starting
Just-
to.
breathing, muttering to himself. Je me vietre agien bouja over and over again. In Dwarvish.
What is that in common? Because he understands this.
He understands Dwarvish?
Yeah.
Earth and wind and fire and storm. Over and over again. Earth and wind and
Okay.
fire and storm. Earth and wind and fire and storm. Earth and wind and fire and storm.
Yeah, I'll use, so why not? We're just being unorthodox here. He'll use some of his reaction, and during what he's also praying, he'll just to the side and in Dwarvish be like, if you want to lend any of your prayers, now's the time. And then it is Talsia's turn. And she feels what's going on that way and sees that going that way. She's going to move over here, jump off her horse, and kind of back Theobald up. And as she hops off the horse, she'll be like, Theobald, what are you doing? This doesn't feel like the safest of options. And he doesn't really respond. And you just see her kind of posture change and okay, top of the round, he'll continue moving. You will have an opportunity attack, Maven.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm at
Mhm.
Crunch.
Um,
Big crunch.
disadvantage. I'll use one of mine.
Oh.
He's gotten this far. I want to give him a fair shake to get away. So let's make it hard.
Why do you want to get? Well, that first one was a 24. So let's see.
Thankfully, this one's lower, hopefully.
21.
Oh, that hits. Roll your
Uh-huh.
damage.
I will. I will do it. I will.
Roll big, roll big, roll big, roll big, roll big.
I'm doing my best.
He's the
I'm
big
doing
crunch.
my
Go for it.
I'm
3d10 plus 6.
Grapple him and shake him and drag him down under the sand.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Jaws him.
3d10. That's a D100. We don't want that. I wish, but
Wow.
no. Okay. 3d10. Come on, boys. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. 24. And I do want to try to grapple him if I can.
You do. You have a corpse in your mouth. How do you do this?
I shake it around.
Like a
Just it's
in
just
full
disgusting.
Tremors style. Come
It's
up
just
out of the sand,
disgusting.
grab, and just
Yeah, it's honestly, it's all of this is for my own sick satisfaction and nothing else. Like this is for me.
okay, fair.
This is to prove a point.
Yeah. Hey, point. Well, not received by him because he's dead.
Does
and
Callan
you-
feel or hear any of this going on?
You definitely hear this roar from what you've identified as.
Oh, that's Maven.
And just, And you,
You're like, oh, I'm not gonna aim there. All right.
and you start hearing cracks and crunches and viscera.
Can I stomp on the ground and yell at her to set him up for me? Throw the corpse to me.
Oh my god.
You do hear this. You have nothing left for action to toss, but you do hear this. You can use that if you'd like for next time. You have a bonus in movement left. Is there anything? Or no, that was not even your turn.
That was my
That was
reaction.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So never mind. His turn is over.
Yeah, cross
So
him out. He's
much.
86.
Hey, whoa.
He's done.
He's done so. All right,
Mhm.
Juniper, what are you doing?
She's very confused that this man is speaking another language that she understands.
Fair.
So she
That's
is
fair.
going to. What is he doing? Does he
Right
have his
now,
hand-
praying. Yeah, he still has his hand on Murdet. He's praying.
then
And you
she's
see the
going-
staff is glowing.
Yeah. So she's going to place her hands also on Murdet on his chest,
Okay.
and close her eyes and concentrate really, really hard and say the words that he's saying.
Okay.
That I don't speak Latin, you guys. Dies irae, dies ira. Kyrie eleison.
Roll me a caster check for you. You are trying to lend aid for your action. So with what is he's going to try to do, you'll have to caster check. So wisdom
yeah.
plus proficiency. Yeah.
Wisdom plus proficiency. With like the wisdom.
So like your normal attack modifier for a spell attack.
Right. Oh. Hi. I'm new to
D&D.
17. Not terrible.
No, not bad at all. Spell slots.
Mine?
Yeah, do you have a fourth one?
No. I tried
Perfect.
the big heal.
Yep, no, I know you did.
I've got third.
So
one,
as
two,
you
three,
feel this, because you rolled just high enough to open up options. How much are you trying to help?
like. Just
Roll
trying
me
to
a D8.
A D8?
Yep.
7.
7. Okay. Okay. 7. All right. And it is now Callan, your turn.
Okay. So I heard some big crab cracker action going on
Yep.
in a certain direction.
Yep.
And I want to head that way, I guess.
Okay.
And make sure if Maven's taking care of business and there's anything to help with, if I see anything, I'm gonna, blast the rest of it to death.
Okay. So are you going to double move or are you saving your action to do blasties?
I'll just double move if I need to.
Yep, you will. You are not quite there yet, but
Right.
you are getting closer, and the crunching and thrashing and even over. And the thing is suddenly the storm feels like just ever so slightly like it's starting to die off just a little bit. And
Okay, so I double moved with my action. Do you think I'd have enough sense to Misty Step the rest of the way with my bonus action?
I mean, if you really want to get there, sure, why not?
I really want to
Like-
get there.
Okay, then you do. And you kind of and emerge. Maven, you are hearing Callan. Weirdly enough, like you had kind of mentioned of like, can you see? Can you not? You can't see, but you can tell that's Callan. And he comes running up, and then all of a sudden, poof, and you are about to thrash again, and you feel him appear right next to you, and kind of hold yourself, and as you bite down, Callan, right next to you, the storm is still going on. There is this large sand shark that is chomping into the most of a corpse, more of the torso of a insectoid carapace that is just being destroyed. I mean, all of the worst kind of breaking into lobster meal you could think of.
Yes, front row seats for the monster show.
Oh, I totally forgot. Just for fun.
Spicy time.
It's spicy.
Okay, yeah, I bet. Do I get some spicy on me?
A Dexter. No, you just roll me with disadvantage, Maven, or spicy damage. Dexterity. Yep.
18.
With disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay, you only take 4 acid damage from the spicy meal.
I'll take it. Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
worth it.
Well, that heroism spell that takes the edge off. So
true.
Totally.
Yeah.
Blind confidence. All right. Keeps moving. Maven, it is actually your turn.
Do I sense any other individuals near me at all? Besides Callan?
Besides Callan right now, no, you're far enough away from everything that you don't feel anything except Callan.
See, I had this whole big spell I wanted to do, but then you made my target die. So I couldn't do anything cool. It's fine. I'll save it.
You turned into a giant sand shark and you can't do anything cool.
Yeah, you have no idea how cool it was about to be. You have no clue. You have no idea. But yeah, okay, radical. Why am I talking like that? Okay. Anyway, I need to go back, but I want to bring Callan with me. Is there a way that I can lovingly hold him in my giant maw?
I will say, first off, Callan.
Yeah.
Covered in viscera and
me,
all
your
of
best
this.
friend Maven.
Just kind of takes one last chomp and then kind of just does a half nuzzle, trying to almost do that, like how a dog will try to scoot underneath your legs a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Would you allow this?
So yes, and I would be like, I know this is Maven, but I'm talking to this disgusting worm shark. Does she actually understand me? So I'm kind of booping her on the nose and say, just wait a tick, okay? Because I want to take that warlord's stuff, and then go. Okay, and I'll yell that at her, and I'm yelling really loud, even though maybe it's not needed because she doesn't look like Maven right now. And
if anything, Maven, you're like, it's like,
and I'm signing, and I don't know how to sign at all.
I need to stay here.
It's not even thieves can't or any kind of I need.
Oh my god. Well, I'll allow it.
It's tourist. Tourist.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So, Maven.
Yeah.
Are you going to wait? That's my question.
Okay. Well, I did just destroy this warlord.
Totally.
I would like his cool knife, though. I like taking trophies from my victims.
Okay.
Maybe a tooth or something. I don't know.
Maven deserves it all.
So here's what are you doing? Are you going to stay in your shape? Are you going to leave?
I'm going to stay in my shape. I'm going to, I'm going to nod my head and try to find items. So hurry up the process,
Okay, here's the thing. In your state, I'm not even going to let you roll investigation because nothing is moving. That is an item.
Yeah, you're right.
You would have to drop out and look, which is a free action to drop out of your form.
Yeah. Okay.
Just slither out.
So
with the
you
body in your
choose.
mouth.
It's like
Yeah,
an
she's
arm in
done
my
lots
mouth.
of thrashing, she said.
Yeah, there's not much left. Yeah, I'll switch out, and
Okay.
when we need to go back, I'll switch back.
Okay.
Maybe I'll turn into a big bird or something. I don't know.
Can't do birds yet.
And you're in a sandstorm still.
And yeah, and
Fair.
that's the reason why the other one didn't turn into a flying thing.
Fair.
All right. So you come out, you're going
Yep.
to use your action to lend aid to Callan searching, or do you want to roll your own investigation?
I will lend aid to Callan so he has advantage.
Okie dokie. Sounds
Also, how are you doing on heals?
I've been, well,
you can be honest, you're in the sandstorm. She's about to look around and she's like, oh my God, how are you? And just kind of looks you over.
Yeah.
He does
Yeah.
look a little battered and bruised.
I'm bloodied.
I'm gonna. Okay.
Those temp hit points have kept me from the sand damage, but
Yeah.
I'm bloodied.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on you.
Okay.
This will get rid of lending aid then.
Yes, but I think you need
Making
this
sure.
more.
Okay.
Very possible.
That is 16 hit points for you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Feeling
yeah.
a little bit better.
High
And
five
nobody
now that you're not a
else
shark.
Yeah, and nobody else saw that Maven healed. So
No
it's
one has to
still-
know that I can do
no
that.
No one's gonna
Our
believe
secret.
him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Maven, she healed me totally.
Deadwood
Totally healed me.
secret.
Yeah.
Deadwood honor.
I got you.
DW in the house. Yeah. All right. Theobald is now going to roll a caster check.
Just for the record, you're throwing me off every time you say that. I'm like,
I know,
it's
I'm
not my
sorry.
turn yet.
No, I know.
Fair.
Okay.
It's my own fault.
And he has to roll 2. Oh, he rolled the exact same thing. All right. So you are still, Juniper, like holding on, like you fell down, you clutched and grabbed at Murdet, and you were holding on to him.
Yeah.
And you can feel Theobald. All of a sudden, the staff glows brighter, and then it starts to dim. And you feel this sudden awareness of something paying attention. And for the just briefest of moments, you feel like like a small child's hand grab your hand and put it on top of Theobald's.
Okay.
You're going to take 7 damage.
Okay.
Permanently.
Permanently.
Oh.
So like from my max.
Yep.
Okay. I'll have to change that later.
Yep, that's fine. That brings you also down to 3.
Yeah.
You stay conscious. Okay, good. As suddenly there's going to be this kind of light coming from Theobald, and then all of a sudden you see it travel down your own arm, that kind of daylight radiance, and meet his hand, and you'll see all of a sudden color start to come back into Murdett's face. You'll see the wound from that spear that went through his back and out his belly close, leaving just a fresh scar. And then suddenly Murdet is going to cough a little blood up and then kind of turn to his side. And Theobald is then going to just kind of go down just more, catch himself with one of his hands. You are also going to feel that same drain. And you just experienced, witnessed, and saw Revivify, and you have it in your spell book.
That's badass.
And just for clarification, resurrection, revivifies, things like that, I don't let players have it unless significant things, questing, things like that happen. It's not in the spell book unless you do things to get it. And it's like Theobald has done some things in his time off, and you just saw how it was done. And as you kind of have that wave, you hear a child's voice in your head say, "You did good. 17 left." And
What?
that is Theobald's turn. And Murdet all of a sudden coughs. It is his turn. And very quickly kind of groans. And he is at 1 or 0 hit points, but he is stable. And just kind of you hear him moan and move just a little bit. But beyond that, he's still out. Viet, you just saw 2 people glow light from inside, and you look down and you see there's a little girl holding your hand who looks up at you and smiles. She's like, "See, everything's fine." And you realize she was there the whole time.
Do I recognize this little girl?
Yeah, you do.
Where do I
You
recognize
met
this
her
little girl?
once upon a time in a little town near a tree on a swing
are-
set.
You are far from your tree, little girl. But Viet will he'll take a deep breath and he'll give her hand a little squeeze back. Very gently.
Never so far when I'm needed.
Oh.
And as you kind of look and see Murdet moan and breathe and kind of, just react, and then you look back and she's gone.
Viet will lean over into Murdet's face and yell, "Show me your eyes, Murdet!"
He does not respond. That'll take us out of initiative. As Talsius slaps the back of Theobald's head and goes, "That was entirely reckless. How dare you do that? At least without talking or prepping more." And Theobald would just kind of, I know.
Yes, dear.
Cast a healing word on both Murdet and Theobald.
Nope.
No?
As you go to try to do that, you realize you have tapped everything.
Okay.
Which is partially why it's like you rolled those hit points and stuff like that, because you had nothing big enough to offer, so it drained everything and then into you.
That is fair.
We'll flash
Stable.
back into the storm real quick.
Yeah.
Callan, you are looking around with Maven. Roll me an investigation as you're looking.
That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
15.
15. You'll take 3 piercing from the sand as you're looking around. And then you will find the horn in that first few moments of looking around. It's a good sized item. It is a good sized horn.
So like a French
Think
horn
like a
size.
longhorn kind of size. And it's
Right
very
on.
ornate, and it's got a leather strap on it, so it can be worn over your shoulder or whatever.
All right.
Do you want to spend more time?
Yes.
Maven, you both together are like mostly like you heal him, and then he starts to look around. You kind of looking around with him. You both find the horn. Callan kind of picks that up and finds it, wipes off a little of the gore. And goes, ow, are you going to continue looking as well, or what are you doing?
I want to see if I can find the knife.
Okay, roll me
Probably
a
not.
Burp.
But
investigation, and then also roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
As you both are straining your eyes, looking through the sandstorm that is still going on.
that's natural. 1 for the investigation check.
Super.
So but thankfully that is a 13 for the Constitution.
Cough up the dice. 4 piercing damage.
Not horrible.
Yeah, you start to you're searching and looking, and you're not coming up with a knife.
Found a lot of sand.
Yeah, a lot of it. A lot of it. Callan.
Yeah.
Roll me another investigation with a con save, and as you are doing this, give me those rolls, but you look around and Maven's gone.
Woot.
What?
Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I earned an inspiration to get myself a 10 on the investigation.
Okay.
And the con save is an 11.
11. All right. We'll take 4 more piercing. And right now, yeah, you're not finding much. A lot of sand, and you can't, like, you're a little distracted by it. You can't find Maven. And Maven, you just realize as well, you're searching, and the blinding sand, you lost track of Callan, and you're in a sandstorm, not tethered to each other, and don't know where each other are now. Flashback to the group.
How did this happen?
All right. Viet, Juniper. There are 2 figures that neither one of you really know. And Murdet laying down.
Viet is totally prying back Murget's eyelids. He'll maybe wipe his hand off a little bit first.
Yeah, because you're still in this clearing. There's no sand here.
Yeah.
June's gonna look at this strange man beside her and just say, "How did you do that?"
Little help from the Maven, little power from you. To be honest, I didn't have enough to do all of it. So thank you. He kind of looks down at Murdet. We did that one together. Then he kind of looks at Viet, kind of pawing on top and opening his eyes, and I think we got to him before that happened.
That is being good.
Yeah, and behind you here, of course it's good. Why wouldn't it be? Like, seriously? All right, where's Maven? Where's Callan? And who? I mean, it's lovely to see people and not those creatures, but like, who are all of you?
Asking the real question. My girl, I love her.
Yeah, well, shift the pole arm down into a warhammer. My mother was naming me Viet.
Lovely. Viet, Talcia Maelstrom, happy to meet you. And you, little girl?
Oh no.
There. Juniper Swift.
Juniper Swift. Lovely. And she'll just kind of look again at everybody and even look at herself. And she'll wave her wand, and all the sand off of everybody just, and everyone's clean again. And she's like, that's a little better.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, shift in his pants a little bit. That is much better. Thank you.
Not a problem. Where did the idiot go? And she'll just start walking off towards the last place she saw Maven and Callan.
My ears
And-
burning.
Viet will look to this fellow here next to her. Can he be being moved?
Yeah, he's not moving under his own power anytime soon.
Viet will
Um,
stow
make a litter.
shift
Do you
and
know how to make a litter?
stow the thing, and he'll lift up in fireman's carry, like start getting him into a fireman's carry position.
I mean, I would maybe you know how to make and he kind of looks around. Yeah, that'll do.
Out of what?
He'll start
We can-
and he'll
when we get out, maybe we can stop and do more. Yes.
he'll hold his hand out to Juniper to help you up to your feet.
Yeah. She'll let him.
Yeah. Help you up, and he's nice to meet you, I guess. Where is Callan Den?
The hanged fool.
That's him.
We are not see. He was off over there for a little bit.
He tends to kind of run off on his own.
Yes.
Still.
He says it's part of a plan.
Oh, it actually might be him then. He'll start walking in that direction after Talsia. And he's like, kind of stops, and then this is going to move with her. You should keep following.
Oh. I'm sorry. What was your name?
Just call me Blackstaff.
Okay, cool boy.
I can't
He's lucky
even
I'm
say
not
it.
there right now.
Juniper, roll me a perception check, because I feel like
Yeah.
you're taking him in a little bit and trying to connect dots. And
Perception, you say?
Viet's not connecting jack squat. He's gonna just
Uh,
start trudging after.
17.
17. You'll notice that as he's using this staff and he's favoring it just a little bit, but you'll see as he's walking, all this black kind of tar is slowly receding from up his arm and going back down into the staff.
Okay.
And as soon as that fully goes back into the staff, his walk kind of stops being hitched a little bit and he's walking normal.
Okay. She's kind of caught up on the name Blackstaff at the moment.
Yeah, fair.
I'm sorry, you said Blackstaff?
Yep. And we're moving this way. The sandstorm follows her and she waits for no one.
Yeah.
Keep up,
She's gonna
keep
kinda
up.
Stumble. Yeah, she's gonna keep walking as she's like stumbling. Do you came to Highport?
I've been to a lot of places, but yeah. Yep. Come on.
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah,
You
walking
just-
and talking. He'll stop and just kind of like for just like a half step, be like, "You're welcome," and keep walking.
no, I mean more than just that. Like I died. You don't.
You're in the right
understand.
group.
Viet, I have not having yet died.
You'll get there.
Oddball.
Was Murder dead?
Not
You'll
yet.
be glad to be part of the group. Yes.
And he kind of looks at Juniper. Yeah, he was. He'll start. He's like, Talisia, hold on. And she turns around. What?
Oh, my girl.
Just hang on. And he'll stop and
My legs are being
Um,
shorter. Sorry.
yeah. Why don't you get a lead in front of her?
Touching along. Murder.
Hands.
Yeah, you're moving at half speed on top of 25 feet. He'll look at you, Juniper, and he's like, all right, you're gonna have to this seems really important to you. I saved your life.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm not sure. I'm gonna
not
roll
really
a history
sure
check
either.
for him.
Do you want me to roll a history check?
I am
Or
rolling
you
for
are?
him. Oh, I rolled a natural 19. He'll kind of look at you and he's like, the dragons Wait, you were Oh, you died.
Remember, I died.
I did not bring you back. I put you at peace. As
I came
you
back.
were turning into one of the creatures with the green eyes. We can talk about this more. She would be happy to talk to you more about all of the possibilities of what this means.
Who, the Stormbringer?
Yes. We need to find Callan Den. Now. And he's going to turn and just kind of stop for a second and then look back. Thank the maiden, if anyone. But you're welcome. And then he'll pick up that pace again.
She's gonna follow, but she's very confused. I don't even know who
Fair.
that is. What are you talking about?
And as you both start to pick up the pace, you'll hear ahead of you, Talcia. She'll be like, good, excellent, let's go. And she'll start to walk. Callan, Maven, as you are both searching around for each other.
God.
Give me one more roll, Callan, doing an investigation check.
Okay. 16.
Maven, with that one, I'm going to say no. 16. Yeah, you're looking around. You're not quite finding anything yet, but it's so much sand. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
18.
18, perfect. You take one piercing as you're looking through the sand. And then suddenly it opens back up. And you see the group all moving in your direction. You're kind of at the edge of it to, kind of a northeasterly, so it's not directly at you. But you see Talcia and you see Viet carrying Murdet and Juniper kind of trailing behind, and Theobald walking towards you. And he seems to be projecting thunderclouds above his head without actually doing anything. There's no real thunderclouds, but it's just like, that's the look in his eyes as he walks towards you.
Okay. So Viet is carrying Murdet?
Yes. Maven, you also all of a sudden just, you are on the other side where he's west, you're east, as you're just like, oh. Yeah, you guys got about 60 feet apart.
Okay. So my self-delusion spell probably wore off, so I
Fair.
Okay, so Murdet is still unconscious. I'm gonna rush right towards him.
So as you come running towards them, Talcia's gonna be like, Callan, stop.
No.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
When
20.
Talcia says stop, she
With
means it.
disadvantage, I'm using a point.
Well, here's the thing. I still have advantage on wisdom from what did you call it? Afterglow by Queen Sorva.
Yeah,
You have not revoked that yet. So is that still there?
that is true.
How
I'll be
long
honest,
does
I
that-
forgot, but because I forgot, I'll allow it this time.
Okay.
So now it's just a re-roll, flat roll, because my disadvantage cancels your advantage, so it's flat.
So the 20 I rolled doesn't count?
No, it's a new roll, flat.
Ah. All right. It's a 2.
Okay.
Ah.
As you're charging forward, all of a sudden you'll be like, nope, you're just like, you're moving, and all of a sudden, ha! And walking up to you, she's just holding out a hand, and Theobald will walk straight up to you, put the staff on the ground in front of you, Locum non fulsum. And all of a sudden you feel, make me another wisdom saving throw.
What's going on? 4.
You suddenly feel like you are in a zone of truth. You are unable to lie, even if you want to. You can choose not to say anything, but you can't lie.
Whoa, why would you think I would lie? Just because I put so much in deception skill.
I honestly am not sure if you're capable of saying anything without a lie, which is actually a good thing if you are you. What are you doing here?
I'm going to check on my brother.
Not you died. How are you here?
Queen Sorva revived me and made me her knight.
I died too. At one point.
He looks over at you.
Hi guys.
Yeah, and
Good
if we're telling the
to
truth
see
here,
you,
that's
Amanita.
really inconsiderate of you to just focus on me dying when everyone
Yeah.
else around here.
Did you come to my
Do
funeral?
you serve her?
Yes, I serve Queen Sorva.
I'm sorry, what?
Willingly?
It's complicated. And that's the truth.
Talcia is going to be like, you'll see just a little, just little. Kellen,
Yes.
what would the first chapters of my autobiography be if I wrote them?
If you wrote them, the first chapters of your autobiography, the autobiography of Talcia Maelstrom, would be boring as hell.
She just kind of looks a little bit towards Theobald and is like, I mean, it does sound like him.
If you remember,
She'll just tighten the grip on that whole person to stop you from talking. Because technically you shouldn't be able to, but she just, I mean, look at him. Maybe you need to get a little bit more drastic with this. How about, and she kind of looks over at Maven and everyone else. Does everyone want to have a few moments of privacy away from the rest of the group? Good, this way. And she'll kind of usher everyone a little bit away. And then she's going to cast a dome of silence around the area. I believe that is not concentration, but if it is, then we're not going to do that because it was the thing that it's concentration. So she'll she'll release that and just create this little dome where, as she's talking, it instead of being what it normally would be, it's just a barrier for the sake, because there's other spells that do that. And Theobald is looking at you, Callan. You can now move. And you see him kind of clinching onto the black staff. Chris, go ahead.
He's back!
Oh!
Nice.
And he'll take the black staff and he will firmly press it against Callan's torso right underneath the breastbone. Tell me again, Callan. You and I seem to come to this question quite often. Who do you serve?
I really want to say I serve myself, but I can't say that anymore. I serve this world that has had its choice taken away from it. As far as I know, I'm already dead. As far as I know, my world is gone, and this is an afterlife. If some power is making it a hell, I'm not responsible for that, but I can't stomach that choice being made, taken for millions of beings in this realm, just for the sake of power. I serve this realm more than anything.
And yet it's not your power, nor the green man's power that flows through you.
No.
Sorin Decalis, the dragon. The dragons whose injustices are deeper than Alan Dole.
I know.
You're essentially the eyes and ears of the dragons in our camp right now. Tell me why I shouldn't just let the Black Staff burn you out.
I'm still in zone of truth, right? Okay. Herr Madur, which is in Orcish means old soldier. That's what I've called Theobald all the time. Oh, my mind swims with visions of her body in both of its majestic forms.
Ew.
I adore and desire her more than anyone I have known, and I am certain she knows this. But I also know that my value to her does not lie in a sincere love for me. I serve her needs and her desires, but this is not why I'm indispensable to her. This is not why she keeps me alive. There's something more. I've been told I'm a key. There's something more to that. That means we have leverage. And if I'm wrong, I've lost nothing. Like I said, I'm already dead.
What's your plan, fool?
I want to check on my brother. Does Theobald even know Murder's his brother?
He'll tighten the grip on the staff. We have business here first. What's your plan, fool?
I want to get murdered to Beacon. I met a giant who may give him some measure of power of his own. So he's got a better chance because just like I'm a key, he may be a key as well.
So
To what end these keys are used, I don't know, but we need better cards in our favor.
So your plan is to find more cards.
Yeah, but it's also to know more. And now you guys are here, you and Talsia. So I need to know what you know too. I had a vision or a dream or an actual transportation to a black crystal palace. I need to know what that means.
If you could break free of your bond, Callan, would you even want that? It seems you're somewhat of an empty vessel. Nothing inside, easy to fill with others' power. Are you willing to let that go, or do you need that to get your own way?
I'm afraid I don't have any power to do anything without it.
Is that a no?
That's your answer. You know me, Theobald. Sometimes fear drives me to one impulse or the opposite impulse. I can only tell you the truth right now. So I don't know what will come out of that.
If you could break this bond with the dragon, would you do so?
Conditionally, yes. Theobald, I feel like I have leverage, and she said she wants a better world. If I'm so important, then yes.
Callan, I was there with her as well. I was there when she told us to take those items and make a better world. And this is what we ended up with. The dead coming back to life, green eyes, dragon lock has fallen.
Who's it better for?
This is
That's
not
Jazozan. That's not Sorva.
You be quiet.
Sorry.
those lights in the sky, Callan. Those aren't Zazazans.
Who are they?
The Aurora Borealis, Callan. This is her world. The world is turned in her favor. Delcia.
Yes, and she like none of you hear anything, but just suddenly, yes, and the dome comes down.
Okay.
She'll come walking over. Are we satisfied?
I don't know what to do with him, Telsia.
Let me check on my brother.
Your brother? Who's your brother?
Murdit, the half-orc being carried unconscious over here.
Oh,
He's alive.
It's my long-lost brother.
oh.
Well, that's good. He doesn't look like he's in good shape, though.
He's in better shape than where I left him at.
He joined your little club. He's got one notch in his belt.
What does that mean? He died?
Only for a brief moment, I believe, if I'm calculating everything correctly.
So how did he come back?
She kind of gestures to
I know.
Theobald. Oh, and apparently that one over there. Pointing at you, Juniper.
Juniper, you brought Murdit back?
I mean, magically speaking, think of it more of between them, they used a large staff for leverage.
Oh, so it was easy? Just
Hardly, Callan.
something you do now?
You were dust and ashes before I could get to you.
Yeah. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not blaming you for that. It took a dragon god to bring me back. I'm under no delusions that it's easy to bring someone back.
Not easy.
No. So are they going to allow me to go over to Murdit if I go over there?
No one's stopping you at this moment. It
Okay,
seems
I'm
like
going over to Murdit. I am looking over his body. Is he still unconscious?
he's still unconscious. He's groaning. He's yeah.
June
Okay.
would have.
Thank you,
had
Chris,
Viet
by the
kind
way.
of lay him down, and she would have been like dressing if there were any wounds left. Just kind
Nope.
of trying to put, like,
There's scars.
Yeah, she would have had Viet lay him down so that he was like level-ish.
You know what? Let's just freeze for just 1 second inside the dome. So Viet and Maven and Juniper, as she kind of swirls around and she's like, they have some catching up to do, some aggression to work out. Questions need answering. Sorry about that. We're just going to give them and us a little privacy.
there.
Maven, how you been doing? It's been so long. Funeral, correct?
Mm-hmm. Two weddings
And-
and a funeral.
Kind of looks
Kidding.
over towards, it's like, and it didn't stick, as it doesn't seem to in this group.
No, I was just as surprised as anyone, I think, when that I didn't expect to see him again, and I can tell you how upset I was when I did. You get used to it after a while, though, although the rage of knowing he's working for one of the dragons doesn't go away really at all.
Right. Yeah, that would be one of those little
Yeah.
conflict of interests.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah.
She kind of points towards you, Maven, like, how do you want to put it? You know her better. He's Queen Sorva's bitch.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah. Because, it's really hard to, June, as you know just now. Also, how are you doing on hit points?
What?
That's just
Sorry.
the hanged fool's girlfriend. Yes.
How do you feel?
I feel like a 3.
A 3? A 3.
I feel like-
I am
If you had to
gonna-
rate your day on a scale to 1 to...
I put my arm around June, and as I put my arm around June, I do cast Cure Wounds. And I give you how many? I give you 12 plus 12.
You could do that the whole time?
No, I just learned it today. You inspired me to learn how to love.
I don't believe you.
June. But I honestly, I probably didn't even respond to you. I probably just ignored you because I don't want to acknowledge that I know how to heal people.
Yeah.
You just really like my hugs. Shh.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just a good moment, right? I say, Callan died in front of me and turned into ash, and we had a funeral, and there was a chicken. What did we name the chicken? Callan 2, I think.
Callan Jr.,
and-
something along those lines.
It was a pretty good name.
Okay, pass the chicken because I don't care about the chicken.
That makes one of us. But sorry. He died, and then I went to Sandcrest to see my daughter, and she's fine. Somehow doing better than I could have even imagined. And when I came back, Callan was just there and alive somehow. I don't really know how this works. All I know is every time I see a Visitors of Sorva, I go into a blind rage and want to fight everything around me. So
It's fair.
our working relationship is what you might call strained.
Yeah.
You've gotten a lot more emotional and gooey since the last time.
I love you too.
No hugs. Looking at Viet, like, are you keeping up?
Can I shift Murdet? We are standing, yes? Are we moving again?
You could probably set him down. We're not moving
Ow,
anytime soon.
Yeah.
No. Kind of drop him down again.
You know, help so he doesn't just flop on the ground.
You found a new loon. He's like a puppy.
So he
We
just
like
set,
him.
yeah, just set Murdet down.
Yep, we're getting closer to
So,
Getting-
I mean, how do we
Viet
help
will-
him?
Viet will surreptitiously look at his eyelids again. Just to,
Yes. How do we help Callan then? How do we break that? He can't
Well, it
want to
depends.
serve her.
Well, I mean,
Have you seen
he's
her?
a fool. From what I've heard, and the few, she is quite the spectacle in her human form. Magic, it kind of takes out the wrinkles, and
She smells so good.
I can see
I
how much
hate
that
her,
pains
I
you to
hate her.
say. Yes, yes.
She smells so good.
He has to want to, and
Viet
then
will
it's
Try to
complicated
smell
after that.
Talsia.
She smells lovely. She makes sure she always smells of like lavender and like let's just go with the most generic because prestidigitation, it's a cantrip, just spring breeze, lavender spring breeze, always fresh.
Suddenly painfully aware of the road funk.
Oh, no, she cleaned you off
Oh, that's
immediately,
right.
like,
That's right.
and you're all scented,
Great. I mean, why wouldn't he want to break free from that? The dragons are terrible. They're evil.
Well, no, I understand. In my opinion, and he's only been around me enough to slightly infuriate me. So I'd go with maybe a survivor thing of he, no matter what, keeps living. And so, it's a risk. He has things he wants to accomplish and maybe get the upper hand or whatever. And, to say no might, just undo that part of living. I don't know. That is, I'm guessing with the boys. Oh, look, yes. And she'll answer to Theobald and kind of walk off, wave her hand, and now you can hear the wind and everything again. And Callan comes running over towards Murdet, and who's just got set down and eyes inspected again. He is groaning a little bit. He seems like he is like unconscious in a like passed out, knocked out, kind of exhausted state, but otherwise physically seems okay.
Okay. All right. So I kneel down by him and assess the damage, and this took so much, and here he is down again. I need to I guess I want to check and see if that tattoo thing still happens when I touch him.
Second you touch him, you do like that. Yeah, there's that movement. But you don't feel that pull of urgency like you could take it if you like. He was in a different place when that happened. If you had maybe tried earlier, maybe that would repeat, but right now there's that movement between you.
Okay. So what does that look like?
Basically, as you touch his arm, the tattoos spiral and start moving on your arms, go down, go up your hand, wrap around yours, go up his arm, and just kind of do the cycling between each other.
Do we see that this time?
For the simple fact that, he's checking on Murdet, who was just downed. Talsia and Theobald are talking to each other a little off. Yeah. Y'all see a really weird tattoo thing happening. I mean, not the weirdest thing you've ever seen, but it's definitely noteworthy.
Viet will check his tattoos. Are they
They
moving?
are still there and not moving.
Mine are not doing that.
Callan, what's going
Does
on?
look like the ones on
touch
kind of your
his
legs
hand
and stuff,
he'll
maybe a
touch
little
his-
stretched.
He'll touch his hand to Callan's hand on top of Murder's hand.
So yeah, suddenly Viet's hand kind of comes down on top of yours and Murder's hand. Viet, your tattoo is not moving, and you're not in any way interceding or interposing.
Okay. So I'm
Disappointing.
kneeling next to Murdet, watching the tattoo thing, and I'm just
Callan.
muttering to myself.
If you could, would you try to take him?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I'm gonna say out loud in Orcish, "You are always so fragile," and try to focus on taking it this time.
Okay. This could be interesting. How many inspirations do you have left? I wasn't ticking off from what you just did. I
Okay.
believe you started off this one with 7. I think that's what my notes have.
So that would
five
leave
or 7. I'm looking. You had more.
4 left.
4
by my
left.
count.
Okay, I'm
And
looking.
maybe more, but let's say 4.
4. You have 4 left right now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Roll me a Constitution saving throw. I'm going to throw in one of mine to give you a twist of fate. Start off by rolling me a Constitution saving throw because this is a physical thing.
Okay. It's an 18.
Okay, good. I'm going to roll one for him at disadvantage because of his state. Oh, really well for once for him. 16 and a 15. So with his constitution, that is 18 as well. All right. What would in this moment, as you kind of a little bit more forcefully are reaching for this, what in your mind as you're kind of making this prayer, this plea, this statement, this apology, everything wrapped up in this thought?
Mm.
If somebody was listening, what would you offer to make this bargain, this plea, this offering? Because at the core of this is you want to protect your brother, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you think this is what's best for him, is to take this burden off his shoulders, even though he doesn't even know that it's there.
Yeah. And if it helps, Callan still doesn't know whether this could kill Murdet. And the last time he didn't take it, it was because he felt it's not fair to take that choice away from Murdet.
Yeah.
But Callan has come to this place where he realizes if this thing between his family is some sort of key that could potentially help the world, it's not fair that he's taken that choice from all the other people out there in the world. And here's Murdet down again, so fragile, just like he was when he was a toddler, needed to be coddled and protected. Callan would do anything to get him out of there and keep it safe, get Murdet out of there and keep it safe. But it's already been costly to keep him alive, and that's not fair to everyone else.
All right. Give me a keyword search of what you're offering.
Okay.
Just one word.
So Hail Mary.
Okay.
So a cry to the winds.
No, it's perfect. I get it. So there is still another roll here and to be made, because as I said the last time, to take this, there is a threat of killing Murdet. It is a possibility. He is stable. There are things leaning in that direction. So I'm going to make a roll. It's a singular roll. And I'm going to do it as openly as I can, which for the sake of not moving my camera and revealing everything else around me, I'm going to record it on my phone and immediately put it to our group chat.
I'll be checking
How's
your
that?
work
You'll
I
be
trust you.
checking. So
for now.
here is the lovely die. This is basically a Constitution save. He has a +3 or a +4 with a save.
Can't get mad at Scott for this one.
I mean, I feel everyone still does. But we'll see on this time. Quick share. Messenger. All right. Callan. You start to feel that energy coalesce. You feel that cycling back and forth. And then you feel some part of you grab on. And you feel all of that energy. And physically, you all see the tattoo starting to pull from Murda. And then you have this burst of energy. You now have the lucky feat.
Okay.
And then you notice Murda's not breathing.
Always so fragile.
And that's where we're going to leave this episode.
Oh my God.
You can't do that to me.
I'm here. Ah!
Yeah. I think that's as good a place as any.
Oh, I could say one thing, I guess.
Oh yeah,
It's up to-
by all means. Like, because what happens right after this might be different. Or let's Killian, how are you to go just a little bit more?
Go for it, man. Dad,
Yeah.
you can eat without me.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, no
Uh,
problem.
At the most.
Callan.
Okay. So before showing any recognition of knowing he's probably dead, I'm going to look at Theobald and say, and get his attention and say, the answer is yes. I would.
He's like about 30 feet away, and he kind of is talking to Telsey, and he kind of looks in your direction and just nods his head at you. Maven, Juniper, Viet, you just watched all of this happen.
What did you
And then
do?
all of a sudden you see his skin go cold again, like that shift in skin tone.
What did you do?
I don't think Callan's in any state to say anything.
Callan.
Yeah.
Is Vit's hand still on top of their hands? What happened?
Yeah, and
what
you
was
just
happening with
watch the tattoos get absorbed
the
into
tattoos pulled
Callan,
off,
and they're more.
and then Murdat's skin goes pale, and he just
Stops breathing.
Murdat. Vit will shake Callan by the shoulder. Callan, do something.
No, he's gone. I don't understand this. Do you understand this? What are we supposed to do?
Yeah, what
Get-
did you do? He was fine. What did you do?
Black staff. Black
Yeah,
staff.
he'll come walking over. He just kind of hurried pace. What?
Do it again.
What again?
Do it again.
Put it back, Callan.
Help
What
him
did you
again.
do?
Um,
Why would you do
gosh,
that?
trying to think of Theobald, Theobald's reaction to what just happened. Seeing as I have a source here, kind of putting the pieces together of even without knowing exactly how he react.
I suspect he does not have enough to try to drag Murdet back again, but he might have enough to tell everybody to step away from Callan and get ready to toast him.
I'm gonna
It's
help
very
you with that.
Clearly a threat.
Yeah. Sorry, Callan. Love you. I have a spell readied. Well, that I
So-
have.
Jennifer, how about you? You see the black staff just kind of with his staff point at Callan and kind of touching on the shoulder and be like, move away from him. Everyone get back. And Talcia is right there by his side. And it seems like everybody's kind of gearing up against Callan.
Yeah, she's gonna draw her sword, but she's gonna step back. But putting, I guess, step back while keeping herself in between Callan and Murdet, if that makes sense. If I
Callan,
can.
you're kind of being pushed and shoved. Are you in any state to really resist much?
No, he's just like, fine, do it. I'll do it myself. Go for it. You don't
So
understand. You don't understand.
Separated from Murdet.
Mhm.
You're kind of standing alone as this semicircle is closing in around you. Viet, what are you doing?
Viet will be confused.
You're kind of still kneeling by Murdet.
He would probably stand up and go with Callan, shaking by the shoulder and yelling at the black stuff to do something.
You won't be close enough because Blackstaff would be definitely trying to separate everyone from him. I get what you're doing. And in that moment, as everyone is questioning and looking at Callan, Theobald is going to look at you, Callan. Tell me you didn't kill your brother. For power!
No, to take power away from them.
You start to see his staff glow and just like a heartbeat pulsing. And then all of you are going to see a bright light flash. And behind him, you're going to see Queen Sorva. And whispering in your ear, Callan, you can hear, hold on, dear. And in another flash, they both disappear. That is where we're going to end this episode. And we will see all of you in the new year and pick this up. Everyone looks a little I know I'm there too. Thank you everyone for joining us. Join us next year on the 7th of January of 2022 at 7:00 Central Time. We still get another episode.
I don't know if I
Wow.
want another one.
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
Holy effing F.
I am DM Scott. With me, as always, I think.
Killian.
Mick,
Chris.
And angry.
Yeah.
Catherine.
Woo!
Have
Oh.
a great holiday season. Enjoy the Happy New Year, and we will see you next year.
You ruined Christmas,
This
Scott.
is like a British
Yes,
Christmas
yes,
downer.
it's Scott's fault. It's Scott's fault.
I told you, it's
the
always mine.
Grinch. It's the Grinch.
Oh my God.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Happy New Year. Happy holidays.